Hi, Brian Brosdahl here. Here's a puppet minnow. This one catches a lot of fish through open water and ice. I'm going to show you how to use it in open water right now. So I want to talk to you about how to use a puppet minnow, whether you're going to fish it vertically under the boat or pitch it. And right now we're pitching. You could even use it in weeds or deep water. Right now we're in weeds, so you pitch it out. We're in about 10 feet of water. The weeds come up to about 5. Don't let it sink all the way down, and then start hopping it. You can hop it once, you can double hop it, or side to side for longer sweeps to the side. Adding a cadence to it, which is the jigging technique, really creates the killer strikes that you want. So I can fish this through the weeds without using a crankbait. It is kind of like what I would call a vertical crankbait. There's different ways to work a puppet. You can rip it, or you could just slightly hop it. You can let it crash into the bottom, and then hop, let it crash into the bottom. And you use different jigging situations for different spots and different times of the year. Water temperature is key. Ripping is awesome when the water temperature is over 70. Fish really start chasing minnows. When walleyes chase perch, these things work great. And as fall comes, then more of just a sharp sweep with some regular hops, like you're jigging a minnow, catches them. They work year round, but the key times are water temperature over 70. As it drops, they become less effective unless they're jigged lighter. Even buggy whipping it is nice. And in the fall, it's just a matter of just slow, steady hops straight under the boat. It's changing directions, and I'll bring it right up to the water surface here. So when I'm jigging it, you can see it wants to fly. It almost comes out of the water at the slightest movement. In a semicircle, it rises and it flashes, but it comes back down. And a lot of times when it goes away, it comes back to the fish and they strike it. Instinctively, it creates a strike, especially in the summertime when the fish aren't feeding that heavily. This is a great way to catch them, but it works year round. And even in cold water or in cold front conditions, slight movements. You can see you don't have to move it much to get some action out of it. Just a slight twitch. I'm barely moving the rod. And those are ice fishing movements. Sometimes a sweep works under the ice, and a sweep works under the boat, but for the most part, figure out what the fish want, watch your water temperatures, and if you're in weeds, you got to rip it across. If you're in deep water, you want to get close to the bottom. So varying your cadence in your jigging creates more strikes. When fish are on the screen, you see them on your graph, you can just fish vertical, drop down your puppet minnow, and you can position it just above them. And then you don't have to rip it, but you just jig it above them, switch directions, and wait for them to hit. Sometimes on a pause, you'll see that they're not afraid of it, even when it's sitting still. It's a profile of a minnow as they're coming up. It scurries away, makes them hit it harder because it's a fleeing bait fish.
Hey, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
There we go. Now that's what I'm talking about, baby. Big old walleyes.
Look at that right there.